Hello and welcome. My name is Dominique Gauthier, and I'm the owner of Body Mind Fitness, where I work as a personal trainer, a registered yoga teacher, and a teacher of yoga teachers. I support clients and students right here in studio in London, Ontario, in a little neighborhood called Lambeth, and online working with people all over the world who want to feel stronger, more confident, and more at home in their bodies without feeling like exercise has to become their entire personality. I'm also a core and pelvic floor expert. Now, this particular video is part of what I'm calling my Quick Tips series. They're short, practical conversations about movement, strength, yoga, and the very real life stuff that actually affects how your body feels day to day. Now, if you're new here, welcome. I'm really glad you found your way here. You can hit subscribe if you want to hang out a little more often. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Thanks for being here. Now, before we get into today's topic, I want to share something with you really honestly. It has been my goal for a long time to show up consistently on this channel. And every single time I start, I get stuck on one very specific thing. What the heck do I actually talk about? So this year, I'm changing that. My goal is to come on here once a week and share something with you. Sometimes that will be about strength training, sometimes yoga or other movement practices, sometimes meditation, sometimes something I didn't really plan at all. We'll just see what happens, which is kind of ironic because speaking of consistency, we're heading into the second half of January, which is usually the point where a lot of our New Year's resolutions start to quietly slip into the background, especially the fitness ones. No drama, no failure montage, just a slow fade out. So in the spirit of my own attempt at consistency, that brings me to what I actually want to talk to you about today. If you've ever told yourself, I'm just not consistent, I want you to hang out with me for a few minutes because I hear that sentence all of the time, and 9 times out of 10, it's just simply not true. Here's what's usually true. You tried something, it worked for a bit, and then it quietly stopped working. And instead of blaming the plan, you blamed yourself. The fitness industry is really good at that part. We've turned consistency into a personality trait, as if some people were born with it and the rest of us just missed the memo. But bodies don't work that way. Bodies adapt fast, shockingly fast. So when you repeat the same workout the same way week after week, your body goes, cool, I've got this. And then it stops changing. No one tells you that part. I learned this the hard way. Years ago, before any of this was my job, I wanted to get stronger. I wanted things to feel different in my body. So I did what a lot of people do. At least what a lot of people did at the time. I grabbed a fitness magazine at the grocery store, one that said free workout inside. And I cut out that workout, I carried it around with me, and I did it at home. I made a deal with myself. If I could stay consistent with this one workout for an entire year, I'd let myself consider a gym membership again. And guess what? I did it. I stayed consistent. Gold star. Very proud. And also, nothing really changed. Because doing the same thing over and over doesn't equal progress. It just equals familiarity. Around that 1-year mark, a gym opened near my work. I went in, had a conversation, and ended up hiring a personal trainer. And that's where everything started to shift. Not because they yelled at me, not because they held me accountable in a scary way, but because I wasn't carrying everything alone anymore. I didn't have to decide when to change things. I didn't have to guess if I was doing enough. I didn't have to wonder whether it was supposed to feel this hard. Someone else was watching the big picture. That's the piece most people are missing. When someone tells me they've quit every program they've tried, I don't hear failure. I hear overwhelm. I hear too many decisions, too much pressure, not enough support. So if you've ever felt like the problem was you, I just want you to know it probably wasn't. You're not broken, you're not lazy, and you're definitely not the only one. Sometimes consistency doesn't need more effort. It needs a different approach. And that's it. No homework, no pep talk, just something to sit with. If this resonated, I'm so glad you were here for it. You don't need to fix anything or take action right away. Sometimes the most helpful thing is just having a different way to look at something you've been carrying around for a long time. If you want to keep exploring strength, movement, yoga, core and pelvic health, nutrition, or just what it means to feel a little more at home in your body, you're always welcome back here. You can subscribe if that feels right for you, and I'll be here again next week to share something else. I'm not sure where we're going to go yet, but we're going to just see how it goes. Until then, take care of yourself, and I'll see you really soon.